These women, on the front lines of a brutal war, flew wooden planes so slow that enemies couldn't shoot them down, and dropped bombs on advancing forces night after night, only to be erased from history the moment the war ended, their heroism deemed too dangerous to remember. It's 1941, Soviet Union, Eastern Front. The German army is advancing. Russian airfields are burning. Pilots are dying faster than planes can be built. Marina Raskova, a legendary aviator, convinced Stalin to form an all-female pilot squadron, a last resort when men were running out. She recruited 200 women from across the Soviet Union, factory workers, students, daughters of soldiers. They were given wooden biplanes so old and slow that German fighters couldn't shoot them down. In 1941, this is how desperation works. You give the impossible to those with nothing to lose. And for a while, it worked. The women flew at night, silent and invisible, dropping bombs on German positions before slipping back into darkness. The German pilots called them Nachthexen, night witches, in equal parts fear and disbelief. Then the Soviet government realized what they had built, heroes they couldn't control. The night witches became too famous, too celebrated, too independent. Stalin's regime didn't reward individual heroism, it demanded obedience. After the war ended in 1945, the squadrons were disbanded, their pilots erased from official records. The women were told to be silent about their service, to disappear into civilian life. They were heroes one day and ghosts the next. The pilots scattered across the Soviet Union, forbidden from speaking. They took factory jobs, became teachers, and lived quiet lives in small towns. Some tried to get their stories recorded, but the government threatened them into silence. They made a pact among themselves. They would remember, even if no one else was allowed to. And decades later, after Stalin died and the Soviet system began to crack, one of them broke the silence. She wrote down everything. The missions, the fear, the friendship, the erasure. But no one believed her at first. The Soviet government had rewritten history so completely that their service was almost erased. It took years of evidence, photographs, and other pilots coming forward before the truth emerged. But one thing was clear. They had flown 23,000 missions, shot down German fighters, saved countless lives. And they had done it while the world forgot they ever existed. And the woman who refused to stay silent, who broke the erasure that should have been total, was Lilia Litviak, the highest scoring female fighter pilot in history, shot down and killed in 1943. But her memory was stronger than death. The night witches finally had a name, and the world could no longer pretend they never flew.